I had folks tell us we were crazy. I had folks tell us that they didn't think we could do it. From the time I first started turkey hunting, I'd heard that Osceola, Florida turkey hunting, public land was one of the best that was out there. I could not explain what this meant to me on my bucket list. Sure enough, I got the opportunity this year to go. I yell at him, "It's time for a biscuit, baby." So overwhelmingly emotional at that time. Alright, so this day we got up a little late. We were both wore out from so much walking, getting up early, the trip here. So we got up a little late. We got up and got to the spot about 11:30. We had drove, it was probably an hour and a half drive one way there. So we got to the spot about 11:30, walked in. There was a lot of people signed here. So I was a little discouraged, but we kept on walking. We walked a good ways, and every now and then I'd give a soft yelp or something like that, purr, cluck, and hit the crow call. Each time, didn't hear anything. Thought we might have seen some tracks, but we weren't sure. So one time I hit the crow call, and Grant looked at me, about jumped out of his boots, and he looked at me, he's like, "Did you hear that?" I was like, "No, what are you talking about?" He said, "There's one that gobbled right over there." I looked at him like he was crazy. I was like, "Nah, you're going crazy." And he said, "No, I swear, we heard one. I heard one right over there." I said, "All right, cool. So which way to go? Which way to gobble from?" He said, "I don't know. The wind was swirling." All right. So we kept on going on the path. We eased our way through, giving some soft clucks, yelps, maybe a little bit of purrs here and there, just trying to simulate that him was walking down the path. So we got to going down the path kind of slow, and then I hit the crow call again.
Alright, quick update. He gobbled again, so we know what general direction he's in, but he's a long ways off, so we got a little bit of ground to cover. Hopefully we can finally get on him. What you think? It's time to beat rubber. Let's do that. Say what?
So we took off towards him. He was a long ways off, further than what Grant had heard him the first time, and we got to stomping through the swamp. And we got to going. It was dry season now, so everything that's supposed to be wet is dry pretty much. We got stomping through it as quiet as we could, and we started covering ground. I would yet again do some soft clucks, yelps, purrs. Every now and then I'd give a good gah 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 cadence, so then maybe he'd gobble back at me and hear me the closer I got.
So we kind of took a roundabout direction of where he was till we didn't spook him. We ended up in this pretty clear burn. Well, it was burned further back that way, but it was the burn we heard gobble was further that way. We were just making a roundabout to it. We hadn't heard him gobble since we were up there on the path. So we're just gonna keep getting closer and closer to him, and hope he ain't walked off too far. But if anything, we might have a decent spot for in the morning.
Once we got to a spot, it was probably about 3 o'clock, and we hadn't heard him. We hadn't seen him. We hadn't seen his tracks. We're around where we thought he would be. He must have just walked off. We might have taken too long to get there. So we got back to the trail, and we both looked at each other and were like, we don't want to put too much pressure on him, so we might can get to him the next day. We don't want to spook him off more than we might have already spooked him. So we headed back to the car with hopes of coming and getting him the next day. So after hearing that turkey the day before, we were really excited. Spirits were definitely high. We got up really early, excited, waiting to hear a gobble. We hadn't heard a gobble since the previous year, so we were all really pumped. We got up early, got to the trailhead, first one at the trailhead. We walked in. Adrenaline was going definitely, and we didn't really honestly have to walk that far in. We walked in about 2 miles. And we sat down and we waited about for good prime gobbling time, and we both stood up and they all started hammering. We heard one and he was going crazy. He was a long ways off. We heard one to our right, we might have heard one to our left, we weren't sure, but the one to our right was definitely closer than the one to our left, and he was going nuts. He was gobbling off the roost like it was going out of style. We were really excited. Adrenaline got even higher than it already was, and we took off. We were near about sprinting to this bird. One, because we didn't know if anybody else was there to pressure him, and two, because our adrenaline was going so high, we were ready to roll, right? So as we were getting to him, I kind of yelped at him. I wasn't sure if he could hear me because he was so far away, but once we closed the gap, I gave him a good gah, 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 and he definitely heard me that time. He gobbled right at me, and I knew it was on from there. We got closer and closer, and I'd give him, as we got closer, I'd kind of give him a little softer. I'd get a little softer with my calling, and we closed the gap a lot. And then we got to one spot. I gave him a soft yelp and a little bit of a cluck, and he gobbled right back at me. And some between the last time I called him and this time I called to him, he had flown down. We were right up on top of him. We were real excited that we had found a bird. And I gave him another soft cluck and a yelp, and he had gotten a little bit closer, and me and Grant both looked at each other, and we both said, we need to sit down right now. So we found a really good spot, got tucked behind a couple bushes, and we waited. Once we had sat down, we didn't make hardly any noise at all. We sat down, and I gave him another soft cluck and a yelp, and he hammered right back at me. I could tell he was coming for sure. Once he had closed the gap a little bit, he was gobbling on his own. I knew he was looking for us. I knew he was coming, but he was just far enough away where I didn't think he could pinpoint exactly where we were. So I barely even called at all. I knew he wasn't going to gobble back because he was on the way to us, but just so he could pinpoint exactly where we were, I gave him a soft cluck and a yelp, just so he could. I put the pin exactly on where he needed to come to. And me and Grant both look up at the same time, and all we see is tail fans.
Time for a biscuit, baby.
That's what I'm talking about right there, baby! That's what I'm talking about!
Oh my God. Holy. Bruh.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about, baby.
He got a full fan too? Hey, that's what I'm
Boom!
talking about, baby.
Beautiful video too.
Oh, I think I pulled something getting up.
Oh, hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah.
Oh my God.
Forgive me, Lord.
Oh man. That'll bring you to tears. Dude.
Whew.
We've been hunting for 4 days straight. God knows how many miles we've covered. Oh man.
That was beautiful.
That was gorgeous.
Perfect hunt.
It's 6:50. Oh, yeah, right off the roost.
I ain't heard nothing in 3 days.
I heard nothing.
Come in here late yesterday afternoon.
That's from.
I heard that thing gobble. Beautiful shot, Trey. Beautiful shot.
Golly.
The ride was worth the fall. The fall was worth the smile.
I could not explain what this meant to me.
Worth the tears.
From the time I first started turkey hunting and I started watching turkey hunting videos, from all the big name crowds, I heard that Osceola, Florida turkey hunting, public land was one of the best that was out there. That was on my bucket list. And sure enough, I got the opportunity this year to go. I saved up the funds to go, and I come into it not really expecting to kill anything, but expecting to have a good time. I had folks tell us we were crazy. I had folks tell us that they didn't think we could do it. Personally, I didn't know if I believed we could do it. And as soon as I heard the first gobble, as soon as I saw him drop, it almost brought me to tears. I was so excited because something had been checked off my bucket list. I couldn't wait to call my daddy, just like I do after every kill that I have. and let him know that I had killed a turkey on public land in Florida.
Worth the pain, pain was worth it all. It's all worth this life.
I had learned from him. I had learned from my Uncle Zach. I had learned from Ben my entire life. I had watched God knows how many videos on turkey calling. I had watched God knows how many videos on turkey hunting in general. And that entire point had led up to one pull of the trigger, and he dropped. So overwhelmingly emotional at that time that I can't even put it into words.
Tears were worth a mile.
I start hugging Grant. We both start laughing and cutting up just like we always do. Well, I got to pick up the turkey, and I got to send pictures out to all my buddies. My phone starts blowing up. Grant's phone starts blowing up. We're laughing and screaming. I'm surprised that my daddy didn't call me first, because he might have heard us from North Carolina as loud as me and my brother were screaming. But emotions, like I said, were at an all-time high. It definitely almost brought me to tears, because everything had peaked to that one moment. I picked up the turkey, and I was proud of what me and my brother had accomplished. And it was definitely memories that will not be forgotten.